All right, all right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Misfit Corner Comics Presents. It's the artist Andrew speaking, and we're live streaming. Yeah. I don't know if anybody is out there, but we'll see. I sent out the invite to a couple of people, see if anybody wanted to join this evening. But then again, it's a Friday night, so I'm sure everybody out there has better things to be doing. Oh, hey, Phil from Milk, how's it going? Just chilling for the moment, waiting for some people to join. Waiting for my co-host Tom to come in. What's up, Dillard? How's it going, my friend? Oh, I don't know about you guys, but this was one hell of a long week. These weeks seem like they're getting longer and longer and longer, you know? Oh. But I'm so glad it's Friday. This is one of the benefits of having your weekend on a Friday. Fearful Milk says, by the way, you completely forgot about the Discord. I barely remember about the live streams. Come on, man. I don't even think I have the Discord app on my computer anymore. I'll have to go look for it. Yes, I have completely forgotten about it. I have people, it's funny. I have people come into the store and they say, do you have an eBay store? Do you have an online store? And I'm like, I barely have enough time and energy just to have the store itself. You know, having an eBay store or an online store is like a whole nother job. And I just don't have the energy for it. At least not right now. Maybe one of these days I'll be able to employ somebody who can run an online store for me. But as of right now, it's just not happening. Oh, so what's new with you guys? Anything good going on? This is going to be everybody should know that the time change happens this weekend where we go forward an hour. Every time the time change happens, it kills me. It totally screws up my everything. Internal clocks, everything, and I'm not looking forward to next Monday. Phil from Milk says, also, I am reviewing books and any comic or book series would you like me to review? I don't know. What are you able to get your hands on? I don't think there's not any modern comics that I'd be very interested in. So I don't know if there's anything modern comics that you like or not. I did actually pick up 2 modern comics recently. And what I mean by modern comics is I mean newly released in the stores. Most everything I pick up is back issues from my store. And I usually just glance at the new comics, but I rarely pick any up. So, oh my gosh, it's the long lost prodigal son. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, man?
How you doing?
I'm alive.
Well, very good. That's always good to hear.
It got kind of sketchy for a minute.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Were you battling dragons and demons or?
No, just trying not to have a stroke.
Okay. Well, hey, been there, done that.
Man, yeah. I found out what was causing all those crazy headaches and stuff I was having, and I ended up in the emergency room. And I just stayed in Georgia for a few months while I went to the doctor.
Right.
And got things in track, and my blood pressure and my anxiety were both driving each other up.
Yep.
And I ended up in the ER with blood pressure at 250 over 170.
Oh, you beat my record. When I went in, I was 228 over something. I only remember the top number because it was in the 220s.
Yeah. That's you're in danger of having a stroke.
Well, that's when I did have my stroke. So.
Yeah. That's what caused the blood that was in my eye. The optometrist told me I had blood in my eye.
Yep. No, I've been to the optometrist 3 times now, and they gave me, originally it was drops to go in both eyes. Then the second follow-up, the drops were helping in one eye but not in my left eye. So they ended up doing an injection, which is they literally put a needle in your eye. And I just went back Wednesday for my second injection, and my scans, they said they're looking much better. My eyes are looking they're but I still need the injections because it's not right. And my vision has gotten better.
Good.
But my eyes still get so tired at the end of the day.
Uh-huh.
And it has a lot to do with the fact that this one doesn't like to work properly. So, shit happens.
But
oh my gosh, Tom's here. Let's bring him in.
You're speaking clearer though. Your speech is clearing up.
Well, sometimes it feels like it's getting better. Sometimes, like this afternoon, I was talking to my wife and she's like, I have no idea what you just said. You were mumbling. I'm just talking normally. If I concentrate on what I'm saying and I enunciate, I'm clearer. But if I'm just trying to talk fast or talk quickly, I've been told I tend to mumble still.
Yeah.
Worse than ever.
Yeah, I actually. Do you have a general physician you're seeing for your blood pressure and all that?
Yes.
I after the show or sometime soon, text me their info because I need a doctor.
Oh,
here.
Okay.
I know once I lose, like I've put all the weight back on, and that's part of what drove my blood pressure up. Now, that's not what drove my anxiety up, which was but like I literally could not think straight. I was just so messed up from that.
Yeah.
Like it makes you crazy. That's one thing they don't tell you about your blood pressure being high, along with anxiety, is how crazy it makes you.
Well, see, I didn't have the craziness. I had mine was the high blood pressure and the high blood sugars. Those two things is what was killing me. So, hi Todd.
Yeah, what's up, Todd?
What's up, guys?
How's it going?
It's going all right. Long time no see, Bear?
Yeah, man. I've been in Georgia with shitty internet.
Oh yeah, Georgia.
The south part of Georgia, the internet is very, very bad. Especially if you have the cable company, they even charge for data still.
Oh God.
And so I was like, okay, I can't really. I even came and got my work stuff so I could work on some projects that I've barely touched. I'm even back home, and I'm like, because one of my things is my heart rate was high, and they put me on 2 different blood pressure medicines because one of them also drops my heart rate, and so I stay sleepy all the time because my heart rate was going in the upper 80s, low 90s, just sitting doing nothing.
Oh, weird.
Now, do you have like one of those blood pressure cuff things so you can test your blood sugar? I mean, not blood sugar, blood pressure.
Blood pressure. Yeah.
Yeah, mine usually runs in the 140s over the 90s, which isn't great, but it's a hell of a lot better than what put me in the hospital. So
yeah. My meds drop me around that to sometimes a little bit up if I'm irritated. It's if I'm like angry.
Yeah.
And when I get mad, I don't like. It's much harder for me because the anxiety meds I'm on, plus the gummies I take, because they don't give me narcotics for anxiety anymore. They just give me like some drug that's only halfway works. So I got.
Wait, you mean they don't give a dude that's got an armory in his house narcotics?
Well, like what I'm talking about, I would want would be like a lorazepam.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard of that one before. I've never taken it, but I've heard of it.
Oh, it's great.
I think that's one my wife had at one time.
Yeah, it's great. But I've started buying gummies. It's legal now to sell gummies that have a microdose of watermelon, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's got a microdose, and it's perfectly legal. You don't need a prescription or anything. It won't get you high, but it helps your body absorb the CBD better, and that works. That like chills me out.
Well, my wife has the card, so she gets it 100% legally and all so forth. And what's so funny is,
how is it that I'm the only one not smoking weed anymore? What the hell happened?
I don't smoke weed. I'm taking gummies that have a microdose in them.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just weird.
Well, guess who of this group is now the proud father of a 26-year-old girl?
You.
That happened this week. Do you believe that craziness?
That's nasty.
26 and engaged. How crazy is that?
That's life.
Yeah, I know.
It keeps on moving, man. It won't stop.
It does not stop. It does not stop. You know what's so funny is my mom's birthday and my daughter's birthday are just 1 day apart.
Mhm.
And I started doing the calculation. I made my mother a grandmother for the second time at 43 years old. I'm 47
Yes.
and I'm still not a grandfather. So I'm
Oh, boo fucking who.
no, my kids have been good. Please, they're nowhere near as bad as I was.
Well, I'm not a
Your children have been a little more responsible with their genitalia than you were.
Just a little.
Yeah.
Just a little.
Jesus.
Oh, so what projects do you have in the work, Avery?
I'm working on something for Edward, the Ace.
Very good.
A short story for him, and I'm working on a 48-pager for the Lost Pages guys.
Oh, awesome.
I haven't even really started yet, but it's for that silhouette character.
Very good. Very good. Very cool. Is that going to be for another campaign or?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because they just launched Magic Cop 2.
Okay.
I think it's funded too.
They got a lot of stuff in the works, huh?
Oh yeah, man. Those guys are impressive, man. They get shit done. Like at 20 something, like were we getting actual books done?
Andrew was.
I don't know how old I was, but they weren't good books.
These are pretty good.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I was talking to Todd, and I mentioned this last week. I had an idea for a story, a hero-related story, but I don't know if I have the ability to draw it, so I'm thinking about writing it out and maybe doing spot illustrations and actually doing it like as a YA type book. And I'd been sitting down plotting out the story. I've got like the first 5 chapters. The first 5 chapters have already been plotted. I know exactly where they're going. I just have to sit down and write it. But I had originally started a story where I did some illustrations, what I intended to make into a coloring book for Hero. And I never finished that story. I only got halfway through it. And I realized that story works perfectly in this new story that I'm working on. So I'm like, I've already got like 6 or 7 illustrations already done for that part of that chapter of the book. And I made a few small minor changes that would connect it to the story I'm working on. And it's one of those things where when you have an idea and you know how it starts and you know how it ends, you just don't know the middle part yet. And you're trying to put all the pieces together. And then all of a sudden an idea comes to you and it's like, ta-da! You figure it out. You figure out the whole plot, the whole story, how to connect all the different pieces, and it's almost like giving birth in the fact that you're just so happy that this idea is taking full form.
I took a poop like that once.
Yeah, well, I do that. I do that today.
Say hi to the chat, man.
Oh yeah, hey Fearful Milk. He says, I wish our publishers were available. I have a lot of old comics. He's talking about doing some reviews, comic reviews. And I told him, he was asking what comics should we review, and I told him I haven't been picking up any new comics. So you should pick up old comics. Actually, I did pick up 2 comics recently. Berserker #1 from Keanu Reeves, and it's got Ron Garney art in it, which is actually really good. But today at the store, I kind of I picked up some comics, and then I was looking because I needed to round it up to the next $10 amount in order to get a stamp at the store. So I went looking at the new comics, and I picked up the blank cover for Joker Joker #1, which by the way is a green cover, which I'm not exactly sure why they're doing colored covers, blank covers now.
That's
But,
harder to mess with.
Well, it's kind of cool.
Probably cheaper.
I don't know. But
Who
I thought
knows?
about doing a sketch on this for my store, and I was thinking about doing Punchline, which is the new character that everybody's, people are talking about, not everybody.
Yeah, but is she legitimately popular?
I have no idea.
That's what's hard to figure out these days.
Which makes me think I'm just going to go with like Harley Quinn and bank on that, just simply because that's like almost guaranteed. But I haven't done anything in such a long time. I'm looking forward to taking a crack at it. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it works, I'll be happy.
Yeah, what's up, Dillard? Dillard was in the chat too, but you.
Yeah, he was here early. Oh, here, hold on a second. I got to show you something.
Yeah, I'm pulling up some stuff for you guys too.
Todd made a special request to me to keep an eye out for something, and I ended up finding it.
I don't know how the hell you found it.
It's the Thor Annual #13.
Oh,
Avery, I don't know if you remember this one. It's got a Walter Simonson cover, but the interiors are all John Buscema, and there's so many awesome splash pages in this.
I mean, all John Buscema, as in he inked it himself.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find that.
I'll have to see if I can find another copy.
It's good, isn't it, Andrew?
I got to put this aside for. Oh yeah, it had some beautiful pages in it. Let me switch cameras so we can actually show some of these pages off.
Yeah, I didn't buy Thor back then. I didn't start buying the Walter Simonson Thors and that stuff till much later.
Yeah, I wasn't a Thor fan, to be honest with you. So I really didn't buy very many Thors. But I look back on some of the stuff. Like, I love the Ron Friends Thors. Those are awesome. And he had a really long run on those. But Todd had pointed out some of the pages in here. But you get some gorgeous John
that's great.
splash pages. There's just even these two pages, just all Mephisto.
Yeah. Do that splash page. I'm just going to do a splash page of a big silhouette, a big shadow.
Double page splash.
That's badass.
There's several splash pages in here that are awesome. There's several panels. I think that was one of the ones Todd showed us. Remember that one, Todd?
Yeah.
But
they're like, it's like gorgeous. Like the ink line on it is just juicy.
There's some panels in here where just the panels by themselves are just. I love this panel up here at the top, where the image of Thor and I guess it's Ulk or whatever his name is, the troll is in the clouds or in the steam, and Mephisto's sitting there just all relaxed and just gorgeous.
He was a really brilliant artist.
Let me see if I can find another really good one. Oh, yeah. Remember that one, Todd? Just gorgeous pages. Sorry I'm flipping through your comic, but you know what? Until you come and pay for it, it's still mine.
Technically, true.
Look at that last spat.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that image before, though. Yeah. That's awesome.
That's gorgeous.
Hey,
Dude,
I got some. Sure.
It makes you want to go out and buy this original art, if you could afford it. Oh, yeah. All right, what do you got to show us, Todd?
Okay, so I am going to open. I've got some original art to show you that's coming up.
Oh, okay.
If you care, I think I'm glad Avery's here because I think there was something that popped and I was like, oh man, I think Avery's going to dig this.
Avery, I don't know if you've been following the show for the last couple of weeks. Probably not. That's all right.
I've saw some bits and pieces, but I heard you talking about your eye one time, and I was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, the show has generally become a let's hang out and just talk. There's no real direction or anything to it. We're just sitting around having a good time talking about
it's
stuff.
Really, the truth is it's become like the Fat Dr. Oz show.
I'm fairly certain there's an insult in there. I just don't know who you're talking about.
All three of us.
Pretty much. It's like we're just talking about our fucking ailments. It's like, okay, great.
Yeah, I know, dude. Like, get rid of all this restriction shit. I got to go back to the gym so I don't die.
Guarantee you, if we were together or hanging out at a comic book shop, this is exactly what we'd be talking about. Oh,
yeah, but there'll at least be a comic book on the thing. So, all right. So here I got a couple things you guys are gonna enjoy.
Okay.
So the first is maybe this one's for me, but Glynis Oliver, Len Wein's ex-wife, she is probably my all-time favorite colorist. She actually did. I mean, for me, she's most notable for her. She did all of those Wolverine, John Buscema, Silvestri run. Like she did like 30 or 40 issues of that.
Okay.
And her color is brilliant. Like she didn't color based on like realism. She colored based on emotion. Right. And so like, look how Daredevil pops there. So I don't know. I found this. It's very rare for me to find something from her. Because she, it's a colorist. Unfortunately, they don't get a lot of respect. But this was pretty cool. So that was the first thing. And remember, I'm saving the best for last. So
okay.
Number 2, this is cool. This is Marvel Superheroes Blacklight Point of Sale retail poster. I vaguely remember this. Do you guys remember this at all?
No.
I remember seeing posters like that, but I never owned one. I never had one.
Yeah, this was like they had a bunch of
stuff like that. But
they were selling a bunch of blacklight posters, and this was the poster that showed them all. Right. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, and whatever.
Back in the 70s, where blacklight was king, right?
Yeah. So this is the creepy number 17 cover production piece with Frank Frazetta.
Oh wow!
So this is not a Frank Frazetta. That is a stat, right? So it's not the original Frank Frazetta, but this is the cover. This is like how they got like this. There's the logo. Like this is the stat for the cover.
Yeah.
So this was used in production.
That's cool.
Right. So I'm always like that's pretty awesome.
If you're into how comics and magazines are made, that's really cool.
Yeah, I'm super into it. Like it's really not, it's one of those. Look, do you have $2 million for Frazetta? No. Well, here's the actual production piece.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is another production piece that I'm like, oh, I might get this one. This is Mark Badger.
Ooh.
And somebody else.
Oh yeah, from that Doctor Doom, Doctor Strange thing he did.
That's right. This is the original. This is his Mark Badger's original colors, and the Mignola's inks are actually on a stat above the page. So it's a watercolor with a stat above it.
Yeah, transparency.
Yep. Isn't that pretty cool?
Yeah, I remember seeing a dude who used to color stuff, and he colored on the back, like he painted an acrylic on the back of a transparency, so when you flipped it over.
Yeah, Paul Pope used to do that.
It's cool. It's like you got to get you got to really plan your color out, dude.
Yeah. Well, they probably did. Honestly, they probably started like this on photocopies, and just kind of tested it and then went for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But how cool is that, man?
It's awesome.
Like a production, like it's not the Mignola, but it's like it's the page. Like that's the literal page.
How old is that page? And look how good it looks.
Yeah, doesn't it look great?
Especially from the point of view of the coloring.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I love simple colors, dude.
Yeah.
Me too. I'm really gotten more into like the flat colors and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to do. It's not as easy as it looks.
Nope. Ooh. Is that a Mike Zeck?
It is a Mike Zeck specialty cover. I've never seen before, but look how dope that is. And John Beatty.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Look how good that looks. Isn't that crazy good?
That is good.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I was going to have a Mike Zeck, I'd want it to be a Punisher.
Yo, yeah, of course.
But shit, I'm forgetting his
Craven.
name. Craven, because he did the covers. Did he do the interior for Craven's Last Hunt?
Yeah, that was Craven.
Yes.
Okay,
that's right.
That's why he's drawing Craven with holding Spider-Man's mask. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I would want, if it was Zeck, I would either want Punisher or Captain America, dude.
Yeah, that's one of my goals in life is to get some of his original Punisher limited series pages.
Did you guys ever read that book Damned he did? That was his own thing?
Yeah,
that was good.
That was really good.
I liked it.
Ooh, Steve Rude, Superman.
Look how cool this looks.
Oh yeah. Steve Rude is awesome.
Isn't that great?
It's
I don't
pretty
think I've ever looked at a single Steve Rude anything and said, "Oh, that doesn't work."
Yeah,
You know?
he's a brilliant increment, or he's a brilliant artist. Like he really is good. Like look at that form, like that just running away with its head down. Like that's difficult.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Each panel is a story, you know.
And he's still riffing on he's still riffing on, like, at least in this drawing, he's like riffing on classic Kirby as well.
Yeah.
You know, he's got kind of that thing. All right, so what? One more here. This is John Buscema from the classic Silver Surfer run.
Oh wow.
Look at that.
That's very cool.
That image at the bottom was used in How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way. Isn't that cool?
Oh yeah. With a dazzling, deafening, cosmic blast.
I mean, this whole run is probably one of my favorite runs in comics.
There are so many comics I wish they would republish in black and white, but do it in like a hardcover format.
I know.
Something I could put on my shelf and just
permanently
love forever and ever. You know.
I know. I don't know why they haven't done that. Like the black and white essentials are so good, and they were like, no, we don't want them anymore. I'm like, you're fuck off.
Yeah, now they've gone through the roof, dude. All those essentials have skyrocketed.
I know. I gotta try to find some of them.
Ooh.
Makes me wish I'd picked up more when they had their $5 bin. That's
I
dope.
know. Yeah, no. Look at that, John Buscema. Isn't that crazy?
It is.
That's a later one though, right?
I think so, yeah. And this is all him, I believe, as well. All right, so now for some reason we did a kind of a little bit of a production run. Now we're going to get into a character run.
Okay.
So first,
Lobo by Mike Mignola. That's awesome.
do you remember that cover?
Oh yeah.
I remember seeing that image. Yeah.
Yeah, and look how dope that is.
Wonder if any of those characters in the background were later used as Hellboy bad guys or something, you know?
Some of them look like they might be
Like the
influenced.
three-eyed shadow in the background, you know?
Yeah, because he was right on the verge of creating Hellboy once his style got like that.
Yeah, I mean, look at that demon with the horns coming out of it,
Yep.
Main game. All right, so now here we go.
Is this a Bisley?
These are Bisley. It's a Bisley sketches of Lobo, like
Oh, wow.
production. That's
That's
cool.
pretty dope.
That is very cool.
Isn't that awesome?
I wonder if that was in a sketchbook or he just did it on a piece of paper or something.
It looks like it's on a piece of paper. It looks like it's on a.
Hey, it's got
Sorry.
Batman and Wolverine in there. And
It's
Superman.
Yeah.
And super, yeah.
Look how he's on Superman. So dope.
Dude, that's insane.
Isn't that so much fun? It just looks like he's having fun,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
I wonder if that's the Hulk over there on the right.
Oh yeah, that one.
Look at that.
Oh, that's cool. Where did his leg go?
He's running. I remember seeing this. I remember this. That Heritage doesn't list it of like what it is, but I know this is a pinup.
Well, yeah, it definitely looks like a pinup.
I remember seeing this like in a book. Look at that arm, those arm muscles, dude. Look how good that is.
Yeah, and like only a couple of those muscles actually exist.
Yeah, right.
But who cares?
That was funny. Is like I remember being like thinking this was like anatomically perfect. Like as a teenager, you're like, how does he know where everything goes?
Yeah, see, when I look in the
It's
mirror,
like-
that's exactly what my forearm looks like. Look at all that. Yeah.
But you can
No,
tell
he just goes
like,
crazy.
it's funny because it really is only within the last year, after like 30 years of this, 40, that I've realized that like all this is just like basic structure and then noodling while they're like watching
Oh
TV.
yeah. Oh yeah.
They're not really thinking about it. They're just like noodling away at it.
Who
That
else
was-
did that? Was it? Who else did that? Like with Wolverine, had all the arm hair all over the place all the time.
Sinkowitz,
I'm thinking of somebody else.
Cabbage, whatever.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm thinking.
Sam Keith did it.
Sam
Like
Keith,
head-
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah, that's true. That's true. Maybe that's who I'm thinking of.
Isn't that gorgeous though?
It's badass.
All right, let me ask you a question.
Wait.
How long do you think that sketch took?
Oh man, probably an hour at most.
Yeah, I'm betting it was
He's-
probably a pretty
He
quick
paints like this is like, he has the structure and then he just paints with ink. You know what I mean? Like he's not trying to be perfect. He's just making it look good.
one. Yeah, that's probably why he said screw the back leg. It's not necessary.
Well, he's running.
Yeah, sure. You can say that now.
He is. He's running.
I mean,
He's
that
lunging
leg-
forward.
Look how big that
Yeah,
leg
that-
is in the front. He's
Yeah,
like,
just-
this is
Excuses for bad craftsmanship. That's okay. I understand.
yeah, yeah. All right, so I got one more.
Who
for you.
cares?
I got one more right now for right
Okay.
before
Okay. Oh, the cover to issue number 1.
the cover to issue number 1.
Holy crap, that's awesome.
Damn.
How big is that?
I can tell you in just a minute. Isn't that look how dope that is? If that is not the most one of the most iconic covers in comics.
Yeah, and it's just a close up of his face.
Yeah, but that's all you needed. Look at that red eye, man. I remember how much this sung like off the page.
Yeah, dude.
You know,
I still emulate that face in the thing. You know.
You know,
Bro,
it's-
look at the shadow. I mean, the shadow on the drop of blood.
Well, I was just going to
Like-
say that little white drop on his eye makes the eye look circular. I mean, cylinder.
Mhm.
It makes it
Mhm.
look 3-dimensional, and it's just one little white dot.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
he was a brilliant painter, man. He still is. Like this is brilliance. This is brilliant. It's brilliance. That's what it is. Like the guy is just really fucking good. So let's see how big it is. It's up to $26,000.
Oh, that's it?
Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah, it's iconic. 9.5 by
Thanks.
15.
19.5 by 22.
No,
Oh,
that's
wait
the
a minute.
frame.
Oh,
That's the
the whole-
frame.
Oh,
The image
okay.
area is 9.5 by 15.
It's not even full comic book size. I mean, that's still cool, but wow.
Just look at that.
I would just assume it was larger, you know?
Yeah, it's gonna kill me. This is the stuff that kills me because it's like the stuff I really, really want, and I obviously can't afford it right now. And I'm
Yeah,
just like,
sure.
oh,
Hey,
Like-
Biden's going to send you some money soon. Maybe put it towards it.
yeah, it's going. All of that entire cat payload is going into crypto. Trust me. All from not just me, like everybody, like literally every 20-year-old is putting it into crypto.
Using it to buy GameStop stock, right?
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right. That's awesome.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, thank you for sharing. That's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
I love seeing these things. Ugh. Just makes you want to run out there and buy original art, you know?
It does. That's why I share.
Hey Ahmed, how's it going? My buddy Ahmed's in the chat. Oh, Richard's here too. Hey Richard, how's it going?
What's up?
He says he has a boatload of essentials. Oh, you got a bunch of jealous people right here.
Yeah,
You know what's so funny is all my essentials that I have are in the store, and I don't think I've sold maybe one or two. People don't appreciate how fantastically awesome those things were, and now that they're out of print, you're never going to be able to find him again.
I know. Yeah. Yep. Even though I want the omnibus for Tomb of Dracula, but I want the essentials also.
Oh yeah. Hey, you never know. They might put out a new Dracula movie, and then Marvel will try to cash in on it and put out an essential, collecting the whole series or something.
They have hardback omnibus. And there is an artist edition.
Oh really?
Yeah.
A Gene Colan like artist edition?
Yes.
Ooh.
And it's Tomb of Dracula. It drives me insane. I want it so bad. I want it so bad.
Well, put it on your wish list for Santa and see what happens.
Jack shit.
You never know. You never know. Oh.
Nothing.
So what is going on in the world that's of importance, guys?
I don't know. I'm deliberately not paying attention. I'm just like, I can't.
Yeah, I mean, I look at a little bit, but I honestly, I found what I have found to help me out quite a bit. Well, in a different way, because there's no escaping the crazy. But I have found that I've turned my attention to high finance and crypto, like really just high finance, like looking at the markets and because one of the mantras that hedge fund managers have, and I know a few of these guys, and the outlook is really unique, and that is that you trade the market you have, right? And that's a really good attitude, because what happens is like because they're worried about the bottom line, right? It means that there's always an opportunity, right? Even during the Great Depression in the 1920s, there were still people that got filthy rich. You just had to position yourself correctly for it. And so trading the market you have is sort of a good mantra when you're like, okay, well, here's all the crazy, awful, horrible things that are coming down the pike. But you trade the market you have, so you're always looking for the opportunity and not worrying so much about what you can't control, which is pretty much where I'm living these days.
Yeah, I just don't want to end up homeless.
I bought a house as close to the woods as I felt comfortable. I'm going to be stocking up on food.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like you can't use like 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 of your extra rooms for supplies.
Yeah. Well, you got to have one room to stack the bodies, but
yeah. You still have 6 or 7 more leftover rooms. I mean, come on.
But
you create your own little house of horrors up there.
As well. I have 2 children. That's already a house of horrors.
Have you heard anything about the convention up there yet?
No.
No. Okay.
No, and Heroes, like I've told you the issues at the comic shops here.
Oh, I know. But the
is that your mic? Is that your mic all frizzy out?
I don't know. Is it? I don't know.
Know.
If it is, I don't know. Hold on. Oh yeah, I just listened to it. That's mine. Let me unplug it and unplug it. Plug it back in. See if that changes anything. All right. Hopefully that'll be better.
Oh, yeah, that sounds better.
Oh, but what I was saying is the Collective Con, which is a 3-day show here in Jacksonville, is actually going on this weekend.
Uh-huh.
And I considered going today because today would literally be the only day I could go. But they wanted $30 for a ticket plus parking. And I'm like, I'd have to be able to go to the show, buy enough stuff that I could make
Is Max
out
of his mind?
Well, I mean, they did it last year. But one of my regulars told me he went to it and he said there was like 2 comic dealers and that was it. So, I don't know. I have a couple other customers that were planning on going, so I'll get the word from them on what it's like. But it wasn't worth getting a table and setting up. I'd rather work at the store and make money, So I've kind of been lucky. This year's been going along very well so far,
Cool.
store wise. So
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to do Heroes. I mean, I hope they do, but my impression is that my impression about the stores here are that it wouldn't matter necessarily what the rules are. Like they're going to, you know, kind of like I don't want to say overprotect, but they definitely seem to lean on the side of being way too cautious, in my humble opinion. Right?
Well,
like going to a comic shop is not enjoyable. I've gone to Heroes a few times, and the back issue stuff is okay, and they actually have a great selection of graphic novels. But like the few times I've been in there, like the first thing is you can only have like 5 people in the store at a time, or 8 people.
right, you told me about that.
It's big enough to fill. I mean, even if people are 6 feet apart, it's big enough where you could have like 30 people, 40 people in there. But they only allow like 10 or something at a time, and then you have to have a mask. And then if you walk in, it's like mandatory to also use like hand sanitizer. And then so you're walking around with your hands covered in hand sanitizer, which would be okay, but it's not. You're touching. There's comic books. Like, give me a break, dude.
Yeah.
And then, and then I guess because of the drought with Diamond, like the several times that I went in there, like half the store, like half of the racks for new comics, like they have an entire wall for nothing but new comics, and half of them were just like white pegboard because there were no books on the shelves. So I was like, I'm coming in for like 20 books. Like, forget it. Like, and they're not books I want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you got to have your YA novels over here, and you got to have, you know, it's just like, I was like, wow, you guys are really not really giving me what I want. It makes it not a pleasurable experience. And then I went to another comic shop, and it was much smaller shop, but it was cool. It was a great little hideaway. I totally would have made that my normal store, but it was the same thing. Like I walked in the store, and it was like just me, and the guy was like, "Oh, can you put your mask on?" And I'm like, "It's just me, and you have your mask on. Like, why?" You know? I was like, all right. It's too much work. I was like, you know what? It's too much work. I'm just gonna order shit on Amazon, and I'm just gonna get
in stock trades.
I'll do you one better. Instead of me covering my entire body with hand sanitizer, I'll just get the downloadable PDF. Okay? And then you won't have to worry about icky, gooey money, and you wouldn't have to worry about icky, creepy paper. And you can just roll around in it and enjoy it.
Yeah,
these comic shops are killing themselves, man. They're just committing suicide. And then they start bitching about DC Comics, or at least the secondary comic shops started bitching about DC Comics and like that whole deal. And I was like, you know, you're an idiot. I was like, I've been in comics probably as long, if not longer, than the shop owner, you know. And I'm like, dude, Diamond. I've heard nothing but retailers bitch about Diamond for 30 years.
Oh, yeah.
32 years I've heard weekly about the Diamond bitching, and now you finally have an opportunity to not use Diamond, and you're bitching because it's a deal you don't like. And I'm like, you know what? Suck a dick. Like, y'all can all burn. I'm like, you know, I love comics and I love comic shops, but you know what, man? Like it is over, and they don't even know it, and they're killing themselves. They'll blame everybody else, but it is absolutely all on them. I think Andrew picked the perfect model. I think the comic shop I think comic shops will still be around. I guarantee they'll still be around, but they're going to be Andrew's model, because you know what everybody wants to look at? Old books, because those are the good ones. Like, you're not going to find anything that looks like that John Buscema Thor in any kind of. Nobody wants the modern comics. Who the hell wants them? Andrew, didn't you go into a comic shop and see like 8,000 copies of the same stupid books on the floor?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. The only good new comics are independent things that are being crowdfunded.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I was looking through on Comic Price Guide all the different variant covers for Berserker #1, which is that Keanu Reeves book. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's like 6. I hate that shit.
There were so many variants, and out of the gate, they're $10, $20, $50, $75, $100 a piece. And I'm like, if you just want to read the story, You go into the comic book store, they've got 3 stacks full of the first issue. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if I found those in 50-cent bins a year from now.
For sure.
I don't know why comic shops would have ordered that heavy.
Because they want the variants.
The variants are the only things
that
that
they're going to
sell.
sell. There's the only things that'll sell.
The variant is how they make up for the purchase, because you can't sell the books back. So if you buy $500 in comics and you sell $50 and you're stuck with $450 of unsellable comics, but there's 2 variants in there that you can sell for $250 each, you've made a profit. So they have to over order. They're basically over ordering to get the variants, because the variants are the only things that sell.
Yep.
They've turned comic books into baseball cards. So you have to buy a shit ton of comics to get the baseball cards you want, basically.
Yeah.
And it's insane.
Yeah. But it's this. They used to do this back in the 90s. That's what kind of crashed the comic book industry in the first place, you know?
Yep.
And I've got people that come in the store that are looking for the new hot book or the new hot back issue, one that just went up in value because there's a rumor that the limited series Mephisto Versus, there was 4 issues. The first issue, I forget the order, but it was Fantastic Four, X-Men, X-Factor, and the Avengers. All of a sudden, that series started to go up in value, where it's very common to find those in 50-cent bins. Mm-hmm. They went up in value because people were speculating that the big bad guy in WandaVision was going to be Mephisto.
Yeah.
And turns out that's not the case. Oh, spoilers! If you haven't watched it.
God, Andrew, you're the worst.
I know.
Oh, you ruined it for me.
Did you really care? Really?
No, I did watch it. I watched it a couple of days ago.
Oh, I loved it. I thought it was great, but
it was okay.
I was very disappointed with the ending, because the original lineup for the Marvel movies for last year and this year had WandaVision leading directly into Doctor Strange 2, which was supposed to come out like a few weeks later. And everybody knows Wanda is going to be in Doctor Strange 2. They've already said that. Mm-hmm. I wanted a Doctor Strange cameo. Just at the very end, you know, Doctor Strange, just see him. That would have been perfect. But they name dropped and they said, "You're more powerful than the Sorcerer Supreme." And that was it.
I caught that, yeah.
And it was like, I wanted more. You couldn't have paid him a couple $1 million just to show up on set for one day and just have him be there.
Probably not.
Just for a second.
Probably not. Yeah.
It would have made me so much happy. Cross says, "Hello, all. Good thing I haven't watched it." Oh, well, you'll really enjoy the Mephisto.
What's up, Rick?
Reveal, as well as when Doctor Strange shows up at the end, snaps his fingers, and turns back time and fixes everything.
Dude, why you got to ruin everything, man?
God. I don't even know who the villain was. Like, I'm not familiar with that character or person. I'm like, who is this?
Well, yeah, I know. And it's not going to matter either, so.
But I never read Avengers much anyway.
I liked the show. I enjoyed it episode to episode. It was really good. And, I mean, next up is a Falcon Winter Soldier, which I think the rumor is it's only going to be like 5 episodes or something. It's going to be really short. But, you know, if they're hour-long episodes, that's like 2.5 movies, you know? Yeah, we'll see.
All right, I got to head, guys.
What?
Gotta go to the head.
I gotta head out.
Okay. We'll allow you to leave.
I love you.
Fine. Get the fudge out.
Bye, Tom.
Bye.
Bye,
kiss
guys.
the kids. Hug the wife.
Yeah. Avery, glad you're back, man. I hope you stick around for a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm back.
Oh, good. It's good to hear you laugh, and get
out of here so we can talk about you behind your back.
No, I'm just saying, like, you know, it gets lonely beating the shit out of Andrew by myself all the time. Yeah, I mean, the first couple of weeks, the first few weeks is really fun, but then you just kind of feel like you're kicking a baby. You know, it's like, you know, it just turns into like a meaty football, and you're like, this isn't fun anymore.
Who are you calling meaty?
A meaty foot.
Bitch, you better leave.
A meaty football.
F him.
It's like spanking a greasy meatloaf.
Yeah, well, whatever. Oh, I like your icon. It's very cool.
Oh, thanks.
That's what's the name of that character?
The People.
The People. That's right. Very cool. Now, was that one was illustrated by you and colored by you, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Very
in
cool.
this and the story, I took EJ's layouts and finished it.
Okay. Cross says it's gone from Tom and Drew to A and A.
What's up, Rick?
Oh, Rick, you're killing me.
I saw a notification. Rick's going to be playing Red Dead.
Oh, really?
After this. Yeah, I was like, man, Rick, I wish you had an Xbox. That way we could play together. Because I'm going to get back to streaming some Red Dead.
I was watching one of your streaming videos where you were playing Red Dead with somebody else.
Yeah.
You kept blowing shit up.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty sad.
It was fun, dude. That game's fun as hell.
Cross says, so the coloring book campaign is done. Yeah, I saw that. Didn't meet his goal.
The coloring book? Damn.
Yeah, he did a Cross Comics coloring book.
Damn.
Yeah, but it wasn't for kids. It was a mature reader's book.
Oh yeah. Was it naughty?
Very S&M. Oh yeah, he's
oh
showing.
My God, Rick!
He's showing a completely different side of his his art. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't make a whole bunch of money, but it's all right.
Degenerate.
I know. Cross says Metal and his buddy are going to be playing. Okay.
Oh, cool.
How many people can you have playing at one time?
Your posse can be up to 7 people, but you're on this when you're if you're in a full lobby, it's almost like it's like 28 or 30 people in a lobby, something like that.
Okay. Ahmed says mature comic books. I'm in. Yeah. I actually had a customer who was in my store. It was she and her husband, I guess. There were a couple. I don't know if they were husband and wife, and I don't know. But she was looking at the movies, and she asked me, she says, do you have anything naughty? And I said, no, not really. No, I can't say I do, just because, my store's a little bit more kid-friendly. And she didn't go into any details on what she was looking for and so forth. But, I mean, I'm sure it's the flea market. People ask for a lot of weird stuff. So
degenerate. She's a pervert. She was looking for some of that hentai because she's a pervert.
Well, she was looking in the video section. Maybe. They do make videos, I guess.
Yeah, they do. You've seen it. You've seen it.
You know what's so funny is when I originally found slime, jars of slime, and I brought it into the store, I figured the boys would love it. And turns out the people that buy it the most are girls. The girls love slime. So when you're talking about the animated porn and stuff like that, you'd be surprised at how many girls and women are into that more than guys.
Every person I know who really likes hentai,
all
girls. Hey. It's all women. None of the dudes I know are into hentai.
They won't admit to it where a girl can admit to it,
It's so weird. Like so many women I know love hentai, and it's like the more brutal and messed up and weird it is, the more they like it. I'm just like, oh, nasty.
Cross did say, he said, I did a flexible goal, so I'll get the money. Excellent. Hopefully you'll get the money sooner rather than months down the line or have to go through Dillard to get it.
I think he's got that worked out, hopefully.
Okay. That was such a sad story. Oh well.
It's classic Rick.
Yeah, it is. All right, well, listen, everybody out there, if you're in the Jacksonville area, this weekend is supposed to be absolutely gorgeous. So get out of your house, put your masks on, and come to the flea market and check out the store. I don't have a lot of new stuff, but we do have a lot of stuff. So if anybody wants to come by, we'll sell it to you cheap.
And remember, when you're going out wearing your mask, you can get away without wearing your pants.
I don't think that's happened yet, but it could.
Oh yeah, it will
could happen.
It will at the flea market.
I could see a guy walking around in his underwear going, "Look, I got my mask on. Don't fucking talk to me." That could
Yeah,
very
so you
well
can hide your identity while you run down the street naked.
We get some crazy people at the flea market. Nothing like that, at least nothing I've seen yet. But it would not surprise me if that happened from time to time. I tend to stay in my store. I don't know really what's going on outside. I have my little corner of heaven, and that's where I stay. So you get people come in all the time and say, "Hey, where's this store?" And I'm like, ask Ahmed. Ahmed would know. Ahmed knows where all the stores are. So
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah. All right. Well, we're wrapping up. I appreciate everybody coming by. Ahmed, Richard, Cross, Fearful Muck. I know you were there at the beginning. I don't know if you stuck around, but I appreciate you guys coming in. Same thing to you, Dillard. And we will.
Dillard.
Yes, Dillard. We will do something again next week. Avery, I'm so glad you're back. It's wonderful having you. And
Yay.
I hope next
Hooray
week
me.
you won't be nice and pull punches.
It's the medication.
That's what I figured. That's what I figured. You let Todd take control for a little bit there, and
It's like the meds have me way more chill.
yeah, I can believe it. Well, whatever you do, get some rest, and everybody, don't forget about the time change this weekend, and we'll catch y'all next week. Later, everybody.
Bye.